love the idea of placing these into the ground. And yes, they'll all come with their own stake. I love lighting a pathway for safety. That's what makes it so nice about the light coming off the sides as well as the top. There's safety in any kind of darker wallway, your walkways, stairs, even singular steps coming in and out of a home. Fantastic idea there. But what about the rock gardens where the fountains are, the beautiful places where your flowers are, whether they're real or whether they're faux, lights make a huge difference. And boy, can they get pricey when they're solar, because you're not replacing batteries, you're not wiring them. You just place it and forget it. Set it and forget it. Do you want to move it somewhere else? No unscrewing, no changing things. You can lift it up and move it somewhere else. Of course, you can fasten it to a wall. Look how gorgeous against that fence there. I think this would have been a fantastic deal if we were giving you 4. That's just the fact of the matter, because $10 a light would have been a great deal when you are getting the 10 LEDs, which is the first generation we've ever had that now becomes a completely colorful oasis. Just with the touch of a button, you go from that beautiful classic white to all of those fun colors you're seeing on your screen. I think giving you 4 of these would have been a fantastic deal at this price. But we didn't just give you 5 or 6 or 7, you are getting 8. 8 of these color-changing discs you can place anywhere. You are just going to choose your color of the disc itself, because maybe that's important to you. You want it to blend in with that fence, that greenery, the tree, wherever you would like it to be. We do have black, we have gray, white is also available. Hunter green is so nice to have it there right within your greenery. And even the brown, very smart, because that's where I would want to place it, is on a brown wooden fence. And I love how it just blends in until it's time to shine. Lou Caputo is here. He's been with us for 30 years. He's a product expert. He's a tech expert, home repair expert. Lou, has anything ever been easier?
I'm an expert. What?
The expert. The expert is here.
Nothing's been easier.
Nothing has ever been easier.
Nothing has been, well, because typically when you're putting out lighting, right? There's digging trenches, there's electricians, there's a lot of money. That's none of that with this. You don't have any of that with your disc lights. And these are the latest iteration of our disc lights. And, you know, Bell+Howell, they've been around for 116 years at this point. They're in 99 countries around the world. These guys have won Academy Awards.
Right.
For advancements in lighting. Okay, so that's, I mean, all of that combined, this is the culmination of that experience. This light has 10 LEDs on the top, and not just any LEDs. These are your surface mount diodes that actually change color. All I'm doing is flicking a little switch in the back, and it's making the lights change colors, or I can go to all white. So those are your choices with this. There you go. So there's actually just a little bit too much light in here, so that it's picking up on that, but you can see right there how I can change those colors. But then they added the lights on the sides as well, as you can see right there. So there's 14 total, 4 lights that go around the sides in these windows. But what that does for you is you get this really nice combination of uplighting and side lighting all at the same time. Because that's the one thing I always felt like our disc lights, you know, they did really great was the uplighting part, but we didn't have that, oh my, now look what's happening. They didn't have that side light. Now with the side light in this, it's amazing. Now, you're gonna notice them being used a lot of different ways all around the set, okay? You're gonna see some, like the ones in front of the fireplace, that are laying just flat on their back, and you can do that in any flat surface. Same thing with the tabletops right there. Then you're going to see some that are in planters, and we're actually using the included stakes with those, because you can stake these into the ground as well. And then, as if that were not enough, we've got some that are mounted vertically to the walls back there, because these actually have what we call a keyhole in the back. And what is that? You know, what is a keyhole? The keyhole is that little circle that they put in the back there so you can hang it on a nail or a screw. So Natasha, incredibly versatile. You're getting a lot here. The price is absolutely amazing today. And this has innovations. Oh, did we mention these are exclusive to HSN?
I love that.
You cannot get these anywhere else. So if you're a big fan of our disc lights, this is the only place you're ever going to see these.
If you are ever going to host a party ever in your life, ever, I don't care if it's summertime, Christmas time, I don't care if it's in just 3 weeks because, hey, the weather was right or your team won. How cute are these? I love that you just placed your water on it. This is the cutest idea for not just, you know, tablescaping, for your centerpieces to be placed on there. I love the idea for a tablescape outdoors.
Look at
that.
You
have just the water for the coasters is so cute. And by the way, they are weather resistant. They are stain resistant.
Oh, totally.
They're meant to be outside where it rains and where it thunders and where life happens. So whatever spills or happens on your table, it's gonna be okay. But you know, these are the kind of things that people say, and I've seen it, $15, $20 a piece
Yeah.
to have them for tablescapes where you place something on them just to have it look beautiful at a wedding or at an anniversary party. That's how much these kinds of lighting table decors can go for. What Bell+Howell has done and says, you know what, let's make it way more sturdy, way more doable, and put it somewhere where the light actually extends off the sides. So if it is placed near your step, right where you enter your home, or where your stairs are coming on or off of your porch, you now not only have that gorgeous up lighting, but the side lighting to light where your feet may be stepping. I think that is so important, and usually you end up requiring 2 different lights to do that.
No, you do. And so basically there's 3 reasons. Actually, come back here. I want to buy you a drink.
Oh, great.
So it's early, but you know, why not? There's 3 reasons why people buy lighting for their outdoors. Okay, the first reason is ambiance. That's what we were
Sure.
talking about, making things look better, make it look, you know, a little bit nicer. The next reason is security. The bad guys don't go where the lights are. We all know that, okay? And then the third reason is safety, meaning you want to illuminate stairs and tripping hazards and, you know, things like that, pathways. So there's a lot of good reasons to do that, or it could just be because you got a great sense of fun, you know, and you want to have your coasters with your glasses on them.
The hostess with the mostest.
That's it. That's what I often get called that. Actually, you know what's funny though? My wife Kelly is the hostess with the mostest, and she's the one who actually originally came up with the idea of using these as coasters, and she's a big crafter. Her immediate thought went to centerpieces.
That's what I think too.
You know? Yeah,
Yes.
if you're having company over, you know, you put a glass vase on here, some glass beads inside of it, and all of a sudden it's a wow, you know?
Oh, wow. You know, I love any kind of glass. They call them, you know, hurricanes, basically. If this is something that you love in your decor, a lot of people have them. They're somewhat just oversized glassed vases. If you have them, whether they're indoors or outdoors, holding real or faux foot plants, you put the white light under that hurricane.
Oh, amazing.
And let me tell you, it's going to look like you spent tens of thousands of dollars for your interior decor.
Look at that.
It is something that the highest end interior designers would love to do when they're showing $1 million home, just to say, and look at this, you know, set of luxury. So this is going to give you that option with the white, and I love that. Maybe you do want something a little bit more peaceful, serene, and just kind of steady. Keep that white. And then when it's time to become the hostess with the mostest, or as I like to say, someone here once mentioned this phrase, I love it, the matriarch of meaningful moments.
Wow!
Isn't that beautiful?
That is some amazing alliteration. Who came up with that?
Mindy. She's a bright woman.
Holy cow.
Yes, and I believe if that's who you are, that's who I strive to be. This is going to be that wow moment, even if it's just, hey, someone's coming over for, you know, tea. Let's just put it on the fun coaster. That's great.
The fun coaster.
But my goodness, the lighting for the steps is so important for safety, Lou.
Well, I mean, look around the set where we are sitting right now, and there you see we've got some on the walls. We have some inside of the planter. You know what's interesting in that shot right there? Not only is that light projecting outwardly from the top, but if you notice, those side windows are illuminating that flower box that's right above it. So that's kind of amazing that that's something we could not do before. So you're really getting the maximum benefit of these lights. I mean, this whole set that we're sitting in just looks so amazing, so inviting. You know, it's so much fun right now. And literally, I can tell you that I watched them set this up and it only took a few minutes to do all of this.
That's the thing.
Because they're easy.
I'm not handy.
Yeah.
So when I see something that can make such a big difference in a decor or landscaping, I say, okay, well, what do I have to wire? What extension cord do I have to kind of figure out where it goes, and is it plugged into the right place? How do I turn it off? How do I keep it powered? What is it going to, get stuck to? Is it weather resistant? These are all the questions that just say, no problem, we got it. It's meant to be outdoors. It's solar.
Right.
That means you never have to add those batteries. You never have to plug it in.
No.
It's always going to be beautiful. And LEDs, they last forever and ever. We're talking.
They really do.
I mean, 60,000 hours or something crazy. You can't even do the math.
Right.
But what really blew my mind, Lou, when I saw the price, because I have looked for other outdoor lighting, especially ones that are versatile, that you can get
spend
so
a lot
much
on
life out of.
Yeah.
I thought this price we had today was for 4. I swear hand to God, I thought it was for 4 because I thought that made sense as a good deal. When you're not getting those 4, but 5, 6, 7, 8, now you may not even have to choose between the front yard and the backyard, the entryway or your outdoor table setting. You may not have to choose between the few you want on your mantle and the 6 you want along your walkway. For this price, when you're looking at a $13.33 flex pay, go ahead, take advantage of that on any major credit card and grab 2 sets and see the difference when you're lighting all the way from A to Z in your outdoor space. And maybe even, yes, taking it inside for a bit. Now, Lou, if you did light it all day outside, if you left it in the solar all day outside, could you bring it in and let it stay lit for the evening? How long would those lights go?
You absolutely could, and they will last just as long indoors as they do outdoors. You just have to remember that they do at some point have to go outside. Actually, here's something interesting. So Kelly, again, my wife, using some other, she had like a jar that had a solar light inside of it, and she wanted to keep it inside the house because it was really pretty. And she had it sitting right on a windowsill, and the darn thing would charge every single day from just the light coming in through that window.
That's great.
And then work for, certainly until I went to bed, it was still lit. You know what I mean? So these will absolutely, and I've seen people do that too. Oh, speaking of which.
This is so smart, Lou.
Yes. Well, thank you. I don't hear that often enough. This actually, I think, is out of necessity. If you've had friends tell you that they keep driving by your house at night because it's not lit, guys, it's time to start putting those solar lights out by the curb. And in this case, we actually put them, we took advantage of the fact that we can mount these vertically on a nail, and we put them on the side of the mailbox. But we also lit the mailbox from the bottom. And if you notice, look how bright my hands are on here by comparison. Do you see what I'm talking about? I mean, these are just crazy, crazy bright lights. And this light, because they are up lights, it goes all the way up. But then you've got the circle of light that's coming out of here, illuminating our little figurine. Now, this is for practical reasons, but it's also beautiful. You know what I mean? It can serve, two masters at the same time. This one over here I love because we were talking earlier about how people buy them for ambiance, but then they buy them for safety and security. So, when you're talking about safety, on this side here, we've got them on the stairs here so that, grandma, grandpa, me, don't fall down the stairs when they're coming over to the house. Maybe they don't know they're there, they forgot they're there. So that's a really great way. And notice we've got them mounted vertically and horizontally. These are just literally just sitting on the trestles. I mean, it's that, that's one of the beautiful things about these is you can just lay them down. But
so smart.
These are like, I've been calling the staircase, it's our mullet today, because on the front here, we're all business. But then if you got people coming in and you're having a party in the back, there it is, right there. There's your party side.
It's great.
And I love that because you could, decorate for the holidays or maybe just every day is a holiday at your house, as it should be. You're out there, you're having fun. Look how great those look. And the comment that I've been getting from a lot of people online today has been about how much they like the fact that these are what we call color morphing. They're not just color changing. The color changing lights go color, 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 color. Like, the red, green, blue, all that, okay? These goes very slowly going through every color, almost dissolving from one color to the other, which is more soothing. It's more relaxing. It's not frenetic in any way.
It's beautiful, and it actually is kind of like one of them is for sure the elegant, upscale, sophisticated of the white.
Yeah.
But if I had these colorful ones in my backyard, I'm spending more time in my backyard in the evening. I'm taking more opportunities to let my daughter play outside when it gets, later in the day. I'm enjoying that space more. And I have been looking since moving into my home. It's the first time I've had a yard in a while. In Los Angeles, I had pavement. And then I had my apartment, and now I have a yard for the first time. And let me tell you, the amount of things that I've had in my cart that I've said, nope, it's just out of my price range, because I wanted beautiful, colorful, fun, and vibrancy, and just things to cheer my mood. Let's face it, if something can make you happy, and you can get it home for $1.60 each, what are you waiting for? I can't even get my favorite soda for that price.
Right.
And you are getting 8. It is a very good deal for 4. We doubled that price. We took $30 off of retail, and you are getting all 8. And as Lou said, if you want to just keep it on white most of the time, and then when the spirit moves you, move it to the colorful, we'll show you how to do that. But let's get a nice up close and show you the colors you're going to be choosing from. I believe that, did I hear that brown is most popular? Brown is most popular, especially if you're going to be posting this on something like a wooden fence, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, or mulch.
Trees, even mulch.
Put it in the
idea,
so yeah, and actually last night we were kind of figuring out like what the colors would be for. So like the brown would be that mulch or a tree or something like that.
One.
The white, if you've got a PVC fence, which so many people have, that looks or like a mailbox post or something, that looks amazing on there.
So smart.
Hunter green grass, that's a no-brainer right there. If you want them to really blend. Now, the gray. What are you going to do with that? Crushed shell, if you've got marble, if you've got anything like that sitting in your yard. And then, of course, the black one that's down there.
Yes.
A lot of people have black fences. They have black finish trim on their homes, that sort of thing. That was actually the most popular last night.
I love it. And I also want to mention, if you're someone who maybe says, I don't love, and I love dogs more than people, so I say this with an open heart.
I'm with you.
If you don't love other people's dogs going on your lawn, and you have a couple of these lining your lawn, I'm telling you, they're going to skip past your house and go to the next house.
It's like an invisible fence. It's amazing. It's actually kind of amazing.
It is an invisible barrier. It's there for safety and protection, to deter off people from walking onto your property that you may not want them to, whether it's themselves or their four-legged furry friends. I love that, because sometimes those signs can be a little obtrusive, but it's your best bet. It's the best option you have. Get these lights, place them along, you know, the edge of your walkways, along the edge of your property where the grass is. Definitely, please, even if you have a single step to enter into your threshold into your home, put them there to have that lighted step. Have them in the back, have them along posts, the plants, the planters, in the planters, because look, it's as easy as lifting up and putting it down, and that's it. And with
it's that
any
simple.
credit card, you get it home for 13 and change. How do you change the colors from white to color?
Okay,
again?
that's a great question. I'm going to show you right now. If you look at the back of this, there is a switch right here. Normally, with any kind of a disc light or solar light, you turn the switch on one time, you're never going to touch it again. Now, you can see my hand is changing colors back here, because if I move that switch from one side to the other, notice now it's white. If I push it all the way to the other side, now it's going to change colors. If you leave it in the middle, it turns them off. Don't do that part, because there's no reason to ever turn them off. I like it in the color changing mode personally, but it's literally that simple to do. So if you want it white for some reason, for a party or a special event, or you're just trying to light up a fence post or something, you can do that, boom. Or you can put it in that color changing mode. Let's go back to the couch back here again, because I want everybody to see one more time, when you and I are sitting back here, I'll go over here, so you could just see how beautiful this is. Wow, this couch is much lower than that chair. But see, I just thought I was going all the way down. But look at the fireplace behind us. How the fireplace is pretty, it's nice, but when you add those lights to it, and you know what's amazing to me? The combination of the uplight and the side light on that wall. Look at that glow that's going around those. That's impressive. That's bright.
Where do you keep your pool floats? Where do you keep the tools? Where do you keep the sheds where you keep the tools? Any of those things that maybe as it gets a little bit darker, it's not quite as safe, or it just doesn't have that lighted ambiance, and you don't want to go spending hundreds of dollars for something that it's only pool season for a couple months.
Yeah,
really
true.
Grab just even one set of these and toss 2 of them over in that area. Done. Now you have 6 more to be creative with and play with, because we didn't just give you 4, we gave you 8 for this price.
No,
that's what really boggles my mind.
Which is remarkable. And I want you to notice something too, that the addition of those side windows makes such a difference, because when you look at this right here,
that's right.
You know, when you were standing over there by the mailbox before, they were taking that shot of you and we could see the entire background behind you. That was easily 30 feet behind you, okay? And yet everything was just punching. Like all those lights, you could see them so incredibly well back there, because of the side lights, because of the windows that are built into these. Even like something simple like this little bowl of tangerines that's in front of us right here. The whole thing is lit because of the side windows. So it just adds an element that we never had before. You know, we kind of did at one point, but they were only white, which was nice. It was okay. But I like the color lights better.
And even if you just have something where there's something that's on top of them that is opaque, you now still have the ability to underlight it. I mean, this is the kind of thing where it depends on however creative you want to get.
That's actually really interesting.
But it's not all about just necessarily the side lighting or the overlighting. You can do whatever you want when it comes. Look, tablescaping women unite. I know that there's men out there too who do this, but if anyone like me who loves the idea of making art on a table, and your wife is one of them.
She is.
This is going to be, I mean, crafters are going to love this. Does it still charge if you turn it off?
Yes.
Okay.
No,
that's wonderful.
It'll charge on, off, it doesn't matter. Well, and the neat thing about these too is that, like, if you think about it, during the daytime, they are off because of the sun. You know, the minute it gets bright, these turn themselves off. And that's another thing I like about these too, is that I'm not messing with a timer. Have you ever had low voltage lighting?
Yes.
Okay, so low, you know, you've got those little timers, and it's either a digital display or it's like little pins you got to stick in there. But here's the problem. Every time there's a change in season, you know, daylight savings, not daylight savings. I mean, you have to go out there and you've got to change it. Or maybe there's a day where it's dark because it's cloudy and it's overcast and you want them to come on, and they won't. These will, because they work off the sun.
I love it.
Yep.
Just choose your color. White is becoming most limited here if you do love that white. I know there's a lot of white fences. Maybe you want to use it against a white decor. So grab the white and check out with that white if you love it. Brown has been very popular, of course, but I think the hunter green is excellent too. They're all really winners.
Yeah.
And please, I implore you to grab 2 sets, because when you see them and you love them and you come back to grab another one tomorrow, they'll be $20 more.
And
Thank you
exclusive.
so much, Lou.
You're welcome. My
It was
pleasure.
wonderful having you here
Great
today.
being here.